Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're taking a look at another video of these climate protesters vandalizing something in their effort to just completely pwn climate change. So this time around they thought that spraying paint all over a bunch of buildings was completely the move, just vandalizing people's property. That's the way to go. Hard-working business owners who are just trying to, make a living and just do things in the world, yeah, you gotta vandalize their stuff to completely pwn climate change, because these are the people who are responsible for climate change right here. And the most insane thing I saw was that there were people in the comments like unironically defending these people for doing this. So this whole group posted this on Twitter. Honestly, I'm not going to say the group's name because I don't want to give them attention. I don't want to give them clout that they don't really deserve. I just kind of want to focus on what happened. But people were like defending these guys in the comments, and I thought that that was insane. We'll talk about that a little later in the video, but yeah, so this climate change group decided that they were going to go to some luxury car dealerships in England, and they were going to spray paint a bunch of orange paint all over the windows and all over the doors and the front of the building and stuff, just completely vandalizing these guys' as car dealerships because, well, they sell luxury cars, which I guess contribute to climate change, even though the vast majority of automakers are like pretty much transitioning to electric vehicles now, and most of them have been kind of addressing that. But yeah, these people, they probably, I guess, don't keep up on the news. I don't know. But yeah, so this happened at a couple different places. This happened at a Bugatti dealership, a Bentley dealership, another Bentley dealership, and a Ferrari dealership. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the video. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So
You're a disgrace.
In what world is it okay to be buying and selling luxury cars when people can't even afford to eat or heat their homes, and when people all over the world are suffering and dying because of the devastating impacts of the climate crisis? The government needs to step up. Inequality is what's driving the climate crisis, and it's driving what...
No, please move. Move. You guys.
alright, man, so you guys have seen the video, you see what's going on here, and I have a lot to say about this. So, a lot of people seem to think that this is, like, okay, that this was fine to do, for a couple of different reasons, right? They think that this was, like, not a big deal. Like, the other ones, those were big deals. They were vandalizing art and everything. They were, like, destroying culturally significant pieces of work, or at least attempting to, right? This time, they're just vandalizing businesses, and at that, they're vandalizing rich people businesses, so it's not really that big of a deal, right? So number one, I don't think vandalizing anyone's business in the name of climate change is a good idea in the first place. Like, let's be real here. What does spraying a bunch of paint all over a Bugatti dealership do to solve climate change, or like any climate problem? Like, nothing says pwning climate change like spraying a bunch of chemical-ridden paint all over the windows and all in the air. That really owned climate change when you probably used aerosol and all this other shit to spray all that stuff all over the place, right? Just eating away at that ozone layer up in the sky that we've already rebuilt, right? And people, like I said, seem to think that this is okay because this happened at a rich people's dealership or whatever, right? That really has nothing to do with it. Like, they're still just committing vandalism. They're still committing a fucking crime on paper. It doesn't really matter whose business it is. It doesn't matter if this was a McDonald's or a mom and pop shop. It's completely pointless and wrong to do. Like, you gotta think there's gonna have to be some fucking employee who has to go out there and scrub all this paint off, or there's gonna have to be employees come through and replace all these windows. Like, all they've really done is put, like, a brunt of work on the back of somebody else for no reason. But hey, man, this is how you own climate change. This is how you prove to the world that this is an important issue. You just vandalize shit. Now, another reason people seem to think this is okay is because, well, they're fighting for the greater good here. You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, which would make sense if they were doing something that legitimately tackled the issue of climate change, but in reality, these fucking idiots are doing nothing but serving their own ego and just committing a crime. That's all they're doing. And the most insane thing about it is that these people are only doing it for clout, because if they weren't doing it for clout, they would all be wearing masks. Why would they be wearing masks? Because once again, they're committing a fucking crime on camera. And usually criminals that record themselves committing crimes end up going to jail because, well, the police really, really, really love it when you record yourself committing a crime. So that's exactly what these people want. They want their face plastered all over social media. They want everyone to give them the attention. And I guess to a certain extent, maybe I'm feeding into it because I'm making a video calling them fucking idiots and being mean or whatever, right? But people have to let these guys know that they're actually just being assholes, because in their comments, in the posts comments from this group, it was just simply people defending them. Oh, good job, guys, and shit like that. Like, good job on what? What did they do? How does this solve climate change? Like, if someone can legitimately break down to me how this just fucking owned climate change and how this really just solved a worldwide problem, then feel free to let me know how that happened. But we all know what's going to end up happening here, right? Like, we all have a fucking idea in our head of how this is going to work. So what's going to happen in an ideal world? What's going to happen is the people involved in this are going to get arrested by the police, right? They committed vandalism against multiple properties, so that's probably multiple charges. They're going to have to face, hopefully, some repercussions for what they did, because that's what you're supposed to do when you do something wrong. You're supposed to face repercussions. And I think the moment we start actually taking this shit seriously and arresting these fucking vandals for doing what they're doing, the better. But also on top of that, these dealerships are simply going to replace their windows or get the paint off with like some sort of chemical or something. They're going to clean up their shops and they're going to keep selling Ferraris and Bugattis and Bentleys. Like, I don't know if they thought that when they sprayed that paint all over the windows, like that was going to fucking bankrupt these companies and they'd have to go out of business and they'd never sell another car again. But if you haven't been able to tell, if they sold one of those Ferraris in that showroom, they'd be able to pay for all the damages you did to all their buildings combined. So I really don't think they're super pressed about that. In reality, the only person really probably that pressed is the person that they've got to hire to fix all this shit. I don't know, man. It's mind-blowing to me, like how little thought actually goes into these climate protests. Because, like, instead of doing something about the issue, instead of, like, legitimately going hands-on to fix the problem, they just do the most ridiculous, like, clout-chasing shit that they possibly can. And it's just, like, a constant thing. They could give a fuck less. Like, as long as they can vandalize something, they don't really care about anything else. Like, if these people really cared about what they're doing and they didn't care about getting social media validation and attention from people like me, they would be pulling over some masks and they would be heading to, like, the headquarters of, like, oil companies, right? Like, the companies that are really killing the planet, you know, one of those companies that's in, like, the top 100, like, polluters of the planet, they'd be at their headquarters vandalizing shit, you know, spray painting fucking, you know, BP's headquarter windows up, or Marathon Oil Supply or whatever, right? They'd be going after those guys, but no, they're going after the fucking Ferrari dealership in their neighborhood or whatever. It just tells you how privileged these people are, that they've got Bugatti dealerships right around the corner from their house they can go fucking spray paint and vandalize. I don't know, man, I'm not with the wave, I guess. I'm not with the wave of just fucking vandalizing whatever's in sight in order to spread some sort of climate message, man. Like, notice how nobody in the streets were supporting them either. Like, there was nobody stopping like, yeah, you guys are fucking heroes or anything, right? Really just kind of gives you some perspective on what people think. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers, and until my next video, you guys are supporting my channel. But until my next video, guys, this is Optimus talking about these vandals and signing out.